Good morning. Thank you for joining us. It's 7 o'clock. I'm Tracy McCain.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. We do have a lot to get to, but first, let's get a quick check on that forecast. Meteorologist Scott Gagliardi is in with the details on your first alert forecast. Hey, good morning, Scott.
Good morning, ladies.
Scotty G.
Hey,
How
happy
you doing?
Thursday. You love doing that. She loves doing that. I'm doing well. The weather's pretty good. I can't complain.
Yeah.
And the trend has been our friend for this weekend. So I like that. It's looking like less and less rain.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We need it, though.
I know.
It's a double-edged sword.
It's like you like the dry weather, but we do need the rain.
We do. I think it's day 12.
Without rain?
Without rain.
Oh, yeah.
So we need it. And we're going to see. We might get a few showers, but the way things stand out there right now, you notice through Hartford, it looks pretty good out there. Nice sunrise. Temperatures quite mild, too. 63 degrees down along the shoreline. A beautiful shot in Mystic. Plenty of clouds out there, though, and those temperatures in the 60s and 70s. First alert live radar, though, scanning the state completely dry, the same way it's been for about 12 days. Dew points, you notice they're up a little bit, mostly 50s, but a few lower 60s, especially closer to the shoreline. Temperatures anywhere from 2 to 7 and even 8 degrees warmer right now than we were this time yesterday, giving us those readings in the upper 50s, even lower and middle 60s. Check out New Haven right now, 67 degrees. The hour-by-hour forecast. We keep the mix of sun and clouds around throughout the entire day, but temperatures warm into those mid, even upper 70s, maybe a few lower 80s for inland areas. There are a few chances for rain. They're very slim, but we'll time all those out coming up in just a few minutes. Good morning, Kate.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. 7:02 here on the Wax, heading out the door, heading to work, getting the kids to school or the bus stop here this morning. Majority of the state looking very good. We've got some typical delays building as congestion starts to creep up here across portions of the state. You can see Waterbury to Hartford on 84 eastbound. That's just a 33-minute ride. Not doing too bad. Heavier delays, New Haven to the George Washington Bridge on 95 southbound, just past that 100-minute ride time there. So give yourself some extra time to get down through Fairfield County, especially if you're traveling along the Parkway this morning, but we're crash and incident free. If you're heading out the door right now, no construction that's set up at this time, but that daytime work does pick up between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. Live look here in Hartford, 91 north and southbound. A live look here in Middletown along Route 9. Here's a live look in Waterbury, 84 east and westbound, and in Meriden, 691 east and westbound. I'm Caitlin Francis with your Connecticut Chevy First Alert Traffic Report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, we're on top of breaking news right now in Enfield, where police are investigating an early morning home invasion.
We're told the suspects are still on the loose right now. Pinpoint News Tracker shows you exactly where this happened on Asnuntuck Street. It's in the Thompsonville section of town.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Marcy Jones has more on what investigators are telling us happened in just the last few hours.
Thankfully, no injuries, but definitely a few scary moments early this morning. We know that the investigation is really ramping up right now. We know that Enfield Police is involved, as well as Connecticut State Police. Now, here's what Enfield Police were able to confirm to us. They said a call came in just after 1 this morning about a home invasion on Asnuntuck Street in Thompsonville. Residents told police that the suspects were armed with a gun. Police say as the suspects tried to flee the scene, they almost struck officers trying to stop that vehicle. At one point, Connecticut State Police were able to locate the car, a white Mercedes-Benz C300 speeding on I-91 south, but the suspects got away. Now, police tell us that residents were home at the time of the home invasion. Thankfully, no injuries to report there, as well as no police officers were hurt when they had that scary encounter with the suspects. As soon as we get any more information, we'll bring that to you, but for now, that's the latest. In Enfield, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Well, a man is dead this morning after a motorcycle wreck in Berlin. The crash happened yesterday afternoon on Route 9 North, right near exit 33. 65-year-old Paul Krampus of Cromwell died after he collided with a Chevy Impala. Investigators had to close that road down for several hours during last night's commute. You can see it there at a standstill. At this point, there's no word on whether the driver will face any charges.
A man suffered serious injuries after he was thrown from a truck during a violent rollover crash in South Windsor. The crash closed down a section of Route 5 last night. That road is back open this morning. Details have not been released, but we'll keep you updated.
A man is facing serious criminal charges in Hartford after being accused of trying to kill his 16-year-old girlfriend. Police say 18-year-old Jason Gunter tried to strangle the victim after the couple got into an argument, then pulled out a gun and shot her. The victim survived, had emergency surgery. Experts say teen dating violence has become all too common.
It's certainly not uncommon. And I think the biggest barrier to this is like no teen is going to walk around saying that they're a victim of teen dating violence. Like, that's not words that they will use, but there are behaviors that they may share with friends or family or close confidants.
Gunter is facing a number of charges, including attempted murder. And developing news this morning, a man will appear in court after police say he was one of 3 people who kidnapped and assaulted a minor earlier this month.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Olivia Schuler joins us live in studio with the troubling details. Good morning, Olivia.
Caitlin and Tracy, good morning. We're going to only share some of the details of what happened on September 1st because we want to warn you that these details are graphic and they are hard to hear. Police say a juvenile was violently tortured for several hours. This morning, we're working to learn their condition. According to Brantford police, the 3 suspects held the victim against their will and performed a number of brutal acts of torture, including physical and sexual assault and setting them on fire. This left the victim with serious injuries. Yesterday, 22-year-old Devontae Ryan of Hartford was arrested. He's facing a number of charges, some of which include assault, robbery, criminal use of a firearm, and kidnapping. Ryan did not work alone. 2 other 17-year-olds who are not being identified had the same charges. Now, police learned about this horrific incident after hearing about a video recording of the assault. Brantford police were able to determine it happened in a wooded area near a complex on North Ivy Street. Brantford police are still investigating, along with Hartford police and the DA's office. This is an isolated incident. Ryan will appear in New Haven court this morning. Live in studio, Olivia Schuler, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Olivia, thank you. Well, for the second time in less than 24 hours, a malnourished dog has been found abandoned by its owner. This female German Shepherd was tied up to a fence in the Moosop section of Plainfield. We're told the dog was hungry and needed medical attention. An eyewitness told police they saw someone in a black SUV drop the dog off. They had a European-style front license plate with black dots on either side. If you know anything, call Plainfield Police.
Well, it has been 1 month since historic flooding tore apart roads, homes, and businesses in the Naugatuck Valley. But hope is building as roads are being rebuilt, and now one business in Oxford is serving customers again. The Brookside Inn has been run by the same family for over 70 years. You might remember during last month's storm, firefighters had to use a ladder truck to rescue more than a dozen people trapped inside the restaurant. The owner is happy to allow customers back in. There are some finishing touches that need to be made.
At least 20 people are dead and more than 3,000 injured following 2 waves of highly unusual attacks in Lebanon and Syria. Rigged pagers, walkie-talkies, and handheld radios used by the terror group Hezbollah simultaneously exploded, some on Tuesday, others on Wednesday. Hezbollah is blaming Israel and has vowed to take revenge.
Well, this morning, several national security agencies say Iran is trying to interfere with the presidential campaign. Officials say Iranian hackers stole sensitive information from former President Donald Trump's campaign and tried to peddle it to President Biden's campaign over the summer. Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign says it was unaware of the material, but that some campaign emails were targeted in a phishing and spam attempt. On his social media platform, former President Trump accused the Harris campaign of spying on him. Well, for the first time since 1996, the Teamsters Union declined to endorse a Democratic presidential nominee. In fact, the union decided not to endorse either candidate. Multiple local Teamsters chapters have endorsed Harris, including a chapter in Michigan, where she will appear with Oprah at an event later today.
All right, everybody, Roger Susanin jumping in here from the First Alert Desk. We're tracking a big developing story. Investigators in Kentucky believe the 11-day manhunt for the I-75 shooter is finally over. A couple assisting in that search for Joseph Couch found a body in the woods off of the highway, and police believe it is Couch. That couple says they'd been searching for Couch on a date night and first noticed vultures circling overhead, and then they decided to investigate. Police in Laurel County, Kentucky say Couch opened fire near the interstate on September 7th, shooting 5 people. Now, luckily, all 5 of those victims survived.
What we've been looking for, if somebody's dead, it's going to be the vultures. Follow the vultures.
There were articles associated with the body that at this time we feel is Joseph Couch.
Now, the body will be sent for positive identification, but as you could hear, investigators do believe it is Couch. Live at the First Alert Desk, I'm Roger Susanin.
All right, Roger, thank you. Well, we have some good news here, a wonderful update to share with you this morning. The numbers are in, and we've learned this year's Denise DeCenzo golf tournament was a huge success thanks to all of you. The event raised more than $35,000 on Tuesday at the Weatherfield Country Club. Denise passed away nearly 5 years ago. We remember her every day, and now her foundation is helping so many charities that she cared deeply about. Scott?
Thank you, Caitlin. Beautiful event that we have there. A great weather day that we had when that event was taking place. And we'll have a decent weather day today. Not expecting much in the way of any rainfall through tomorrow as well. Slightest chance for a shower maybe Saturday, but the chances are very low. Temperatures out there right now, 50s and 60s. If you're heading out to the bus stop, it's a mild morning. You don't really need the jacket out there. Mid-70s by lunch, and then maybe some low 80s for the drive home. Let's take a look at your first alert futurecast, because most of the day today is just fine. Notice here's 8 p.m. We're quiet tomorrow morning, maybe a couple showers out there, but for the rest of the day, looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies. And here's Saturday, nice changes there, looking at some clouds, maybe a sprinkle farther towards the east, but Sunday looks even better. We'll detail that and what to expect next week, all coming up in just a few minutes. Tracy, back to you.